call you on their fucking cell phone and ask for directions? You can literally just fucking ask your phone. You just said that. Hey, Google.
Hey, buddy, can you get away from that, please?
Don't touch! He's trying to touch the soundboard. Those things are expensive. What's that? Oh, yeah. He's like, shut up now. Yeah, shut the fuck up. All right, I'm supposed to do a bunch of stuff, apparently. Like, I'm supposed to tell you the rules that the comics should already know, even though they're irrelevant to you. But everybody gets 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, Shelly will light you. All right? And if you're not done by 5 minutes and 10, 15 seconds, we're going to fucking yank that microphone out of your hand. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. In a real competition, that's what happens. They light you, and if you fucking run over time, you are disqualified. Done. So 5 minutes, bitches. Got it? Yeah. Was there another rule I was supposed to say, Shelly?
Everybody votes for 3.
Oh, on your slips, yes. You must vote for 3 people. If you circle 1, it doesn't mean anything. We won't even count it. You know, you have to circle 3 people. Circle your friend and 2 other random people.
Be careful about circling your friend in the 2 worst comics, because everybody else.
Yeah, then the worst comic wins. That's a fucking bad idea. That's right. Don't do that either. Yeah, exactly. But if you only get 1, then obviously it's not going to work. You all have to serve for 3. Right, so it doesn't count. Yeah, afterwards you will get your participation. Everybody gets a participation trophy. This is the world we live in now. You get one just for fucking living. Yeah. Oh yeah. That shit is just terrible. So anything else, Shelly? Did I miss anything?
I would say this is all good.
Okay. I would also say that you see the flyers everywhere for the Keep Ollies Alive. I mean, I was going to say that since Sean opened this fucking place, constantly dicking his ass. He was open for 4 months, pandemic, shut everything down. Gets shit going again, stops picking up, season's coming around, fucking hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Just constant bombardment, and yet he's still fucking here because he's a goddamn trooper. So yeah, we need to keep Ollies alive. It's been fucking awesome for what, 4 years? 4 years I'd say he's been here. And the whole time, pain in the fucking dick. Welcome to owning a small business, Sean. All right.
Oh, we're live.
I think I got the list right here.
We're good.
Make sure I got the list.
Yes.
All right, everybody. You ready to get this shit going? Woo! Thank God I'm done. Oh, fucking A. Look, I haven't seen you in a long time, and I'm glad you're here, because the last time I saw you was terrible, right? Give it up for Matt Hale, everybody.
Hell yeah. Kyle Rain. How's it going? Kyle Rain and Shelly Kelly, Sean. Everybody putting this thing on. Good looking crowd tonight. A lot of people here. Super duper. A lot of good looking women in the crowd. Rate me, 1 to 10. These 2 women right here. Any woman in the crowd, just scream it out. I'm trying to gauge. Come on, something.
A fucking 2.
2?
A fucking 2.
Okay, 10 is the best. 1 is still on the scale. I'm thinking about maybe being a 5. Thank you.
4.
I need all right. I'm thinking about being an escort. Why not? Male prostitute.
Probably shouldn't.
Do it. Hell yeah, dude. I think I can. Here in Florida. Dude. We're gonna get into it. They had a roast here recently, actually. You know, I'm really happy. Anybody that was at the roast, that we had a beautiful woman on stage, Sean Scove. Chris Croya, he got up here, he did his best Biden impression. That was great. And then there was the roast of Jamie Shodas. He used to be Jamie Morgan, then he cut his penis off and changed his name to Jamie Shodas. So I thought he was against that stuff. But mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the wettest of them all? That's the idea I have for Snow Wet and the Huntsman. it plays well. I mean, like, she ends up finding out there's this Burnett out there. The local company that would best describe me, Badcock and More. The and more, that's where you get robbed. You know, these women, they see me, they want pieces on a chessboard, they get pisses on a chessboard. A lot of scuba divers, they suffer from diverticulitis, that's the #1. Why isn't the city motto for Schenectady, New York, connect with titties in Schenectady? Right, that'd be good for tourism. And then, like, your boys ask where we're going for the bachelor party. People think I don't know what the word vitriol means. Everyone knows that's what a black woman tells people when she's won something. Oh! Damn! Woo! Vitriol! Can non-binary people be biracial? Are non-binary people allowed to use the words yes and no? Maybe, let me explain. What do you call a gothic kid in Baltimore, Maryland Manson? Yeah. I knew a couple, they were into pissing on each other. Their wedding was officiated by an Episcopalian priest. They were also pescatarians, so the reception was fishing white wine. I don't know about that. A man asked me recently, Allahu Akbar. I told him I don't know who Akbar is. I thought I was going to a glory hole, but it was actually a confession. I still got my dick sucked. But people ask me, how will I know I left the world a better place? Because I got it. I'm Matt Hale. Y'all've been great. Woo! Yeah!
I picture Matt taking a shit and coming up with those ideas and like quickly getting on his phone and writing them down. Episcopalian, how can I make that a joke? Good job, Matt. All right, everybody. Bring up our next comic. We're gonna bring out the list here. Give it up for Danny Hatch III.
Let's give it up for Sean one time. Thank you, Shelly, also. I'm gonna get right into it. So I was born in Massachusetts, but I moved here when I was 6 because my parents were on heroin. I was raised here most of my life, so I consider myself a Florida boy. I've caught myself a gator or 2. I was raised by my aunt. When my aunt couldn't watch me, I stayed with my nana. And when neither of them could watch me, I always knew I had a special place with DCF. I used to love when those yellow plates would pull in my driveway because I get so excited. I've got a brand new babysitter that I can try and fuck. Anyone listen to Morgan Wallen here? Yeah. Okay, great. So my wife's a big fan of his, and she likes to play his music while I'm in the car. And it's not the type of music you play to like spice up the relationship.
You can confirm this.
This is not the type of music you would play for any positive environment like a graduation or a wedding. Nope. This is the type of music you play when you're pissed drunk on whiskey because you just got broken up with or cheated on. I look over to the left and she's singing along to the lyrics. I'm thinking, damn, this bitch definitely cheats. Speaking of my wife, I was very blessed to meet her because I have a very high libido. I need to have sex once a day. And if I don't jerk off at least once a day, something bad will happen to somebody. So I was so happy when I met her because she likes to have sex way more than I do. I mean, she has sex with me. She has sex with the neighbor. She has sex with her boss. She's amazing. Thank you.
I get it.
So let's talk about something a little controversial. I started going to church recently, and I noticed Jesus and his followers are not too fond of the gays. I found that to be a little weird because didn't he get nailed by several men at the same time? He also claims he could walk on water. I call bullshit. This man had holes in his hands and feet. And I don't even think he can swim, which is the exact action you need to take if you cannot walk on water. There's a big controversy right now with UFC fighters and how low they get paid. Just for your information, $20,000 is what it takes to lose a fight in the UFC. So when I was growing up, I got my ass beat for free. And right now, I would do some pretty devious and foul shit for $20,000.
Hey, Danny, we're live streaming this. I guess I should have told you that. Yeah, and the camera is set to be around the mic area, okay? So get around where that mic is, you know. And
How's this?
That's, no, you just
It's okay.
around the mic area. Yeah, just put it behind you, always.
How's this?
Sure, it's fine.
Perfect. So, thank you. Notice on the hat, I love it. It says Mulligan. Any golfers out there? All right, work. So, who loves ice cream?
Yeah!
What's your favorite flavor?
Rocky Road!
Rocky Road. That is a good flavor. My personal favorite is Xanax. Yep, that's right. You put that little fucker in the first scoop of ice cream, and by the time you're finished, it's tomorrow morning. No need to set an alarm. You may even find yourself waking up in your kitchen, butt naked, getting yelled at by your wife, being put in handcuffs. So I haven't had ice cream in about 6 months now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was taking a boo-boo the other day, and I forgot my phone. So I found myself reading the shampoo bottle, and I was like, this isn't enough. So I went balls deep into my wife's Cosmo magazine. And I learned a lot. Interesting fact, the key to a long-lasting relationship is to have sex at least once a day. So at night after dinner, we're having a few glasses of wine. I slip her a cunt hair Rufinol. Turns out having sex twice a day is way better. So there's an industry term used to explain cutting 1/8 of an inch off something. So my first couple months as a plumber, I was tossed a pipe and asked to cut off a cunt hair. And I found that to be pretty interesting. So I started thinking of other places to use that term. Church. Oh my Lanta. Charlene, you're gonna have to scoot over a cunt hair if I can get these holy hips on this bench, yeah? Thanksgiving Day. Hey, Grandpa. Can you cut me a cunt hair off that breast? Busch Gardens. Sorry, Billy, but you gotta be a few cunt hairs taller to use this roller coaster. Try again next year. I got my first massage the other day, and it was amazing. Woo! Anyone got a massage before? Yeah. My masseuse was a guy. It didn't bother me he was a guy. It didn't bother me he was Oriental. And it didn't bother me he sounded a little flamboyant. What bothered me was that hot garlic breath he was dropping on my, while doing the elbow thing, you know, blowing in my face. What bothered me the most was his breath that stinky, or is that just how bad my dick tastes?
Woo!
Thank you guys. I just want to give it up. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
You guys are a great crowd, but unfortunately, last night's crowd beat you by a tongue hair.
Shit, let's do my fucking list. God damn it, where did it go? Did I leave it there?
Take your time home.
Matt, save it, save.
Yeah, he's a right-hander.
Fact of the matter remains, even if I could remember everybody's name, I wouldn't remember the order. I smoke way too much weed. And another good friend of mine who I haven't seen in a hot minute. Said one of his group chats, and you know, it's always entertaining. And he's a highly intelligent person, and I love talking with him. And I think you're gonna enjoy him. Give it up for Zig Zonk, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm an alien, and that's not a joke at all. So that's why my name's Zing Zonk. And on Questopia, right, where I'm from, my home world, that's like the most fucking common name ever, like Joe or Muhammad or some shit. So when I got to Earth, right, I had a shotgun wedding by an Earth girl, and I had no idea, but like, that this was a thing at the time, but it was just so she'd get a big tax return. Not kidding. I told my wife that she was drawing her eyebrows on like really high, and she seemed really surprised when I told her. So we're getting a divorce now, and that's not why. She was just a real asshole. There's similarities between like a divorce and a tornado, right? So in both cases, like someone's like gonna lose a trailer, shit gets twisted, and you probably lose your little dog too. So I used to play piano by ear, and then like after like 4 or 5 years, I started finally using my hands, and that worked a lot better. The whole process like really opened my eyes, which is probably why I couldn't read the music off the paper. And so anyway, I've been looking for work recently, and I generally only find jobs that completely suck, you know what I mean? But hey, $20 is $20. 50? Hey, fucking forget about it, you know what I mean? So I started selling pictures of myself online, right? Seriously. And I figured out this cool trick where like you ask other digital creators, that's like what they're calling porn stars now, digital creators. So if you just like ask them if they want to swap or feature, like sometimes you get lucky. So basically I sent some pictures to this girl, and I was like, hey, you want to swap or feature? And she's like, I suppose. So I wait and I wait. Is typing. Is typing. Ding. I'm like, it's fucking Pokemon, the game, right? So like I take this picture up and titty out and everything. So anyway, so she's like J.K. Batty, Shibari, rope swinging type, alt girl Pokemon, 5'3", grippy socks, tattoos, psychic, has a claw attack, confuse, charm, and ghost. So, I mean, you gotta have big balls for this. I mean, not literally. There are sites for that though. So I'm trying to find a better job, and I think my resume is the problem. It says I'm an entrepreneur and shit. That's just like a big fancy word for like unemployed and like selling pictures of myself. So I just added stand-up comedy, and I really didn't think that was really that funny at all, especially once I heard the bit. So anyways, I started going to the gym in my gym life, right? So I told the instructor that I could teach her to do full splits. She's like, no shit? And I'm like, no, not usually. She looks at me funny, like maybe surprised. I don't know, she drew her eyebrows on pretty high too. So I signed up for this yoga class, right? Hoping to improve my flexibility. So the instructor's like, breathe in deeply and let your worries all go. I'm like, wow, that's really great advice. Do you have a pill for that? She's like, yes. So I used to date this girl, right? She said she was into water sports, like really into water sports. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be great. So apparently she was just talking about like kite surfing and shit. So recently, again, I'm looking, but like if I gave you my number, you must be a walking train wreck because I have fucking terrible taste. But seriously though, you dudes like better appreciate your ladies, because like, especially rich executive fucks, because like, I got that guy at the gas station energy. like shitty hand tattoos, no car, baby mama drama. We all know the good deed never comes with its own transportation, you know what I mean? So, I was gonna tell you a joke about time travel, but I changed my mind because you guys didn't like it that much. It was a little ahead of its time anyway, so I'm gonna put that one past us. And I'd like to present you with a couple more jokes, but how much time do I have left?
1 minute.
1 minute? Okay. So, I've been going to the gym like 6 days a week, right? And I'd like to find a girlfriend that like wants to do that with me, but my relationships don't really work out that often. I'm constantly the one carrying the heavy emotional burden. So I applied to the local dispensary though, as a bud tender or like budrista, whatever the fuck they're calling it, medication consultant. We just called them the plug back in the day. So they wrote me a letter back and like, we're sorry, you're not qualified for the position that you're applying for. I'm like, what? To sell weed? I think I'm qualified. Like 3.5 grams and an eighth, 7 grams and a quarter, you know, like 14 grams and a half, $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand, you know what I'm saying? So I smoked so much, Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa had an argument who's gonna smoke me first. At least that's what I thought they meant. So I met this woman, she said she's a professional gambler, right? Let me tell you, dating a professional gambler is like a real roller coaster ride. We've been together like a week, and I went broke like half as fast as my first wife. One night we were getting into it, and like I said, babe, you were so hot. You wore matching lingerie? You didn't wear that under your clothes all day, did you?
Time!
Oh, want to bet?
You're lucky because if you went one more second, Shelly would have ran up here and fucking tackled you. Like a linebacker. Okay, everybody. I know. We're like what? We're halfway through? We're almost halfway through, everybody. Just hang on. Shelly, you gonna come up here in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. Make it
Right
sure.
after Shane.
Right out of shame. Okay, cool. So yeah, give it up for our next comic, right? Seamus O'Dunn.
Hey, let's hear it for Sean Scova winning this thing last time. By being an annoying cunt. Sean, you look like you were born to play an extra in Jimmy Neutron. Sean likes to write his jokes are a little wordy. Watching you get to a punchline is like waiting in the doctor's office for 4 hours only to be told that you're dying of cancer. The only thing more wordy than Sean's jokes are his excuses for why he can't write better jokes.
If you move too fast, it falls. No worries.
Sean's best joke is about what it's like trying not to come when you're fucking a girl. It makes sense because he's never been able to make a girl come. Sean, he likes being roasted a little too much. The only thing that gets him off more than being verbally berated is watching Shelly Kelly paddle young comics in exchange for stage time. A lot of people say that Sean reminds them of Greg Giraldo. But I said that wrong. Sean likes to say that he's like Greg Giraldo. And I'd like to say I hope you follow in Greg Giraldo's footsteps and die of an overdose. Hey Sean, before I move on, I would like to say that I respect you as a comic and I appreciate what you do for everybody around here. That's what I'd like to say, but my integrity won't allow it. All right. Anybody garden around here?
Hell yeah!
My mother has a garden. The other day she told me, "Oh my God, I just love my garden. Every time I plant a seed, a beautiful plant appears. With everything going on in the world, it really gives me hope." I was like, yeah, Mom, your tomatoes are popping. I think the Ukraine's gonna be okay. I was raised by my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother, 3 women. That's why I'm so comfortable in women's underwear. I came out of my mother looking fucked up. My head was too big, and my nose was cocked to the side. I looked like I shared the womb with Mike Tyson. I had the face only a mother could love. Even she wasn't sure. I'm an Irishman. Got any Irish people here?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's something called the Irish curse. That's where it's not financially viable to fund your alcoholism. I don't know about you, but I think that 300 years of subjugation by the English is a little bit more of a curse than having an efficient liver. But that's the Irish for you. Bunch of stupid fucking alcoholics. My girlfriend, she's a large black woman. I don't think I could be with a petite woman. I gotta be able to fit in them drawers. Anything less than a 4X is just too snug. Our favorite sex position is me face down on the bed while she pegs me in the ass. We call it the reverse racism. I was on Facebook the other day. A notification popped up. It said, "It's Jessica's birthday. Let her know you're thinking about her." Last time I saw Jessica, she was signing my yearbook out of pity. I don't think she wants to know that I'm thinking about her. Just imagine me sliding into her DMs being like, "Happy birthday, Jessica. I know it's been 16 years. I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about you." That would be creepy. Jessica put a restraining order on me the other day. Women are confusing. I'm Seamus O'Dunn. Thank you very much.
At least you hit those fun Facebook notifications. Mine's like, "Hey, do you remember this day? The day you totaled your car and everything went shit for you? Stop fucking reminding me, Facebook." Fuck. All right, Shelly, you coming up here?
Yeah.
What'd you stop for? Are you afraid of me? All right. So yeah, you're gonna do.
I thought maybe I'd use the mic.
Yeah, yeah.
Handing me the mic.
I'm not gonna stand here with you. Oh, you want me to go away?
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't want you to stand. No, it's bad enough I live with him. I think I'll stand with him on the stage.
What's going on, buddy?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's really cool about tonight is that we've got a lot of our long-term comedy community. By the way, the other day I just hit my 4 year. 4 years since I started performing. So I've often said that I consider your first 4 years kind of like your college course on comedy. So I think I just kind of graduated. I'm just starting.
She's got a bachelor's.
Thank you very much. So, as the only reason that I mentioned is that we've got a lot of people here that know a lot of people that are established in our comedy community. Then you also know that some of our closest friends lost 100% everything that they owned in Hurricane Ian. Of course, the family photos, mementos, collector's items, hobbies, books, things, pets, their car, things that they had been accumulating their whole life, completely wiped out. And so I've been collecting money for them. I call it the Comic Relief Fund. I will tell you that the recipients are confidential, because come on, I'm not gonna be running around telling you how broke certain people are, right? It's kind of personal. You know, I will tell you, one of our favorite comedy friends, the last time I saw him, said to me, and this is a couple weeks ago, I just got a bed. This whole time he's been sleeping on the floor. So these are the people that I'm helping, and what I'm going to do is, I did used to run a church, so I'm kind of used to passing the plate, but I'm going to try not to look you in the eye or anything. I don't want you to feel obligated, but if you have a few bucks to spare, by the way, I've already raised $2,500. So I'm gonna come around kind of real quick, like laying no guilt trips. If you've got a few bucks to spare, it's gonna help another comic.
Sean, can we get some like Price is Right music?
I'm giving you all time to go into your wallets. There's no big rush.
Or Jeopardy?
This guy's been looking for 5 minutes. He couldn't find anything. Here. Just take what's in.
Including the Price is Right theme song out of nowhere. Remember how hard that was? You guys imitate me? Yeah, right? Remember how hard that was back in the day? Like if you got fucking shit-faced drunk, you had to have change, find a payphone, have a friend who actually liked you enough to get out of bed and answer the phone. Come on, man, now you can just ask a stranger. Take me home, drunk man, where do you live? It says it on the phone, doesn't it? Alright, you all set to go?
Oh, yes, we're good.
Cool.
Thank you all very much, everyone.
Yes, always appreciated. Okay. I don't know how to say that last name, and I'm pretty good at this shit. Let me see if I get it right. Alright, give it up for our next comic. Give it up for Tim Maena.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The plan was that I was gonna get high and write some jokes, but then I got high. I was gonna go through all my notes, but then I got high. Now this set's probably gonna suck, and I know why. Cause I got high. Everybody, cause I got high. Because I got high. That's a joke about getting high and writing jokes that I wrote when I got high to write jokes. So that's what they call meta, which he nailed my last name, it's Maeta. Not like yesterday at the open mic when Sean Scove was butchering everybody's frickin' names. We're gonna have to get that guy hooked on phonics for fucking Christmas. Where is he right now? I'm sure he's writing stuff about me. Oh, he might be gone. I don't know. He came after me hard the other day. He called me an Ewok 4 minutes after I called myself an Ewok. Alright, so since he's not even here, I'm going to Oh, swear to my name. Tim Mayetta. All kinds of different names I get called. Moretta, Mayetta, Mazda Miata. All fine by me. The worst one ever was I got called Maida. And I've heard it a ton of times, but it was just one time when it bothered me. It was when the 10th grade English teacher was taking roll, and she said, Tomato, and I didn't listen, I just said here. And then the cute skater girl right in front of me who I really had a big crush on. She turned around and she was laughing and she was pointing and she said, she called you Tomato and you've got a big red face. I was crushed. I was crushed tomatoes. All right, let us move on. Let us move on. I love the dad jokes. I love being a dad. I'm a shit dad. I do horrible things. I let babies eat off of the floor. I break my kids' toys when they make too much noise. All right. Yes, I make them sleep in a cupboard under the stairs like Harry Potter, but it's just because the landlord doesn't let us have kids. So they have to be quiet from 9 to 5, and they can't go outside, and their friends can't come over, and I don't have a landlord, and I still have my man cave, and I have some very well-behaved children. May or may not, Stockholm Syndrome may be hereditary. My house is supposed to be my smart house, but I think it's really starting to it's a evil genius house trying to get me. The other morning, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to every light bulb in my house blinking at different frequencies. I was walking around trying to figure out what was going on, but it was 3 a.m. I had gone to bed at 2 a.m. after smoking a bowl at 2 a.m. So I was pretty high, that everything was flashing like strobe lights. Things seemed like they were moving in slow motion. I'm pretty sure I was actually moving in slow motion. I don't even know what happened. All of a sudden I found myself locked outside and my fingers won't work on the keypad. I end up next door with the neighbors, trying to use their computer to get myself let back in. Now I'm on a list. Actually, I think I was on the list before that because that's the other thing about my smart house. I was the first one to order the Amazon sex robot, Sexlexa. I've got the deluxe edition, which is supposed to reorder lube before she runs out. But there's still some kinks in the system. So sometimes I have to run to the kitchen and grab a handful of Crisco. It would be gross, but I like the smell of bacon. And to my that's my time. Thank you so much.
Masturbating with Crisco, huh? I've heard of all kinds of things to masturbate with. Rob personally likes coconut oil apparently, but fucking lard, huh? It's like frying donuts. Oh no, what I did it. I have it. Because I don't remember her name, I have to look at the list because I'm a fucking professional.
I knew that.
Alright everybody, ready for your next comic? Yeah! Give it up for Emily Fisher, everybody!
Thank you, Kyle. I know your name is.
Oh.
Speaking of people's names that I know, my name is Emily. Hello.
Hi, Emily.
I can't help but just see Sean Scove over there on his phone writing roasts about everybody, as always. And it reminds me of this morning when I was listening to the radio, and it was nothing but fucking boner pill ads. And it just really bummed me out. Like, it always just bums me out. And then I look at Sean, and I'm like, yeah, he's basically the personification of those boner pill ads. Makes me sad, bro. Still love you. Anyway, so I'm from Arkansas, which means that I'm very clearly white trash, kind of slow. Despite what y'all might think, I am not a stripper. Anymore. All I ever wanted my whole life was like a tramp stamp and a tongue ring and my little fake own girl. Instead, for my 13th birthday, my lovely parents purchased me a case of Natty Light, a carton of Marlboro Reds, and an abortion. Speaking of being white trash, I just have not gotten my nails done in a really long time. They look really shitty. But that lady called me fat last time. Very rude. I'm not large. I'm a medium. I talk to dead people. It's pretty cool. Unless it's fucking dead Uncle Terry. And he just like keeps trying to like touch you. Stop it, Uncle Terry, that tickled. I'm busy. Talk to me later. So I'm also a bartender, and I have a lot of fun at my job, and I also cry a whole lot. Recently, a coworker berated me, telling me that I'm not a real woman for crying in front of the customers. Fuck you, Brittany.
Fuck Brittany!
Yeah, fuck Brittany. I am a real woman. I want to make people feel like shit all around me so I can get my way. Like, that's what we do. And also, I do consider myself to be a master mixologist. I'm going to demonstrate to y'all right now how I make a proper drink. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Speaking of my amazing drink pour, I really wish there was an app on my phone that would stop me from texting people when I'm fucking hammered. Right? It'll be like 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh my god, why do I feel like you're mad at me? The fuck did I do? Why do I feel like you like all these other girls better than you like me? Then sometime the next day, around noon, my daughter's Girl Scout troop leader, Linda, lets me know that I'm no longer allowed in the fucking Girl Scout mom text. That bitch. Someone that also blocked me on Instagram recently that makes me very, very sad. Hang on. Bernie Sanders. I love that man so much. He makes my liberal pussy so wet, y'all. The way that he like yells at people and asks them for money all the time. I do that. You guys, I feel like we're meant to be together.
Why are you walking?
But guess. Some nudes were involved. Don't worry about it. But anyway, he did block me, and it makes me very sad and heartbroken. But I recently decided I was just gonna settle and have 2 lawyers at once. The thing is, when you fuck 2 lawyers at once, and they're Morgan and Morgan, you can't really say that you fucked them. Because they only fuck you, and size does matter. And despite all my slutty talk, I do dream of my wedding day. One day. Even though my mom has been married and divorced a total of 19 times. And my father is a very successful divorce attorney. But my fantasy goes a little something like this. Fast forward past the stupid wedding shit. Let's get to the reception. They wheel the cake out. Everyone's like, where's the bride? She has to help cut the cake. Where's Emily? And then all of a sudden, I pop out of the cake, fully nude. And we're going to see which one of my grandparents or old folks is going to make it. If dead Uncle Terry were still around, I feel like he'd be having a great day. He'd be just fine. So,
time!
Okay. Love y'all.
Time!
Well, we don't have a strobe light to give you a seizure like a Vasani's, you know. So, Bernie Sanders, make your pussy wet. I bet you he's never heard that before. Even people who like him don't like him, you know? I love him, but I hate him. All right. That's enough about Bernie fucking Sanders. That makes me upset so much. Let's get over our next comment. Johnny Almanza. Almanza? Fucking A, look, I'm really good at this shit.
So that way better than Sean. Shit, I know y'all heard about that submarine, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
That's just crazy.
Dude, I knew shit was gonna go bad when I noticed that they had a fucking Logitech controller running that thing. Bro, my Xbox controller cost more than that motherfucker. Like, I'm pretty sure what happened too is that they went down and they realized nobody rushed their batteries. Dude, for real though, man, like, you gotta think about it though. You really think a fucking, like, little company that's running one submarine is gonna let 6 billionaires survive after they just nearly killed them? If I was Ocean Gate, I'd send a dive team that went to go save them with some rifles, so just in case, I'd say, like, you know, pop 5 in their chest and be like, oh yeah, you know, Stingray's got him. For real? Stingrays? Yeah, it's the same one that got Steve Irwin, bro. It was crazy. Wow. Ganged up on all of them, bro. But, yeah, man, I've been meditating for a couple years, and, it took me about 2 or 3 of them to realize that I'm kind of a piece of shit, you know? Not that long ago. But, you know. Damn, already slipping.
Got it.
I'm sorry, bro.
You're talking about how you're a piece of shit.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be the whole title of the show, pretty much. But
keep your head up.
I'm pretty politically stupid as well. You know, when the whole riots were going on and shit, I thought the Proud Boys were a gay militia. I didn't know what was going on at all. Trust me.
You're not too far off.
You know, fucking, but also like, oh, God damn it, I stopped going to strip clubs as well, man, you know. Because I started overthinking it, and I realized that I'm just getting hard with my homeboys. It's like, it's not fun. Shit, is that it? See, that totally didn't mess up the flow of the show. Why is this happening?
Hell yeah. You pulled out right on stage.
Alright. Politics, okay. Politics, alright. So, I'm like a major corporation though, you know? I don't really give a fuck about gay people in June. I'm just kidding, I don't care about them at all. A lot of people think I'm homophobic when I say that joke, but I mean, on the real, I got a homeboy who, like, I grew up with him, and he came out to me, you know, our senior year, he's like, you know, man, I'm gay, bro, and I'm just like, dude, it's not a surprise. Like, we called you leader of the Decepticons, like, you were Faggotron, if you will, but, you know, that's just, we were just like, bro, it's cool though, man, we love you either way, you know what I'm saying? And I fuck them all the time, so it's not like, I'm not homophobic. Oh, damn, yeah, I didn't know how that one was gonna go. Oh, shit. Fucking, you know, when this whole DeSantis shit was going on with, like, everybody, like, fucking, like, you know, tripping about, like, people leaving states and shit. Before this shit was going on, I would always, like, pretend to speak Spanish to people whenever I just get having a conversation. Somebody comes up to me and I just be like, oh, no entiendo. I can't do that shit now. I can't do that shit now. I go to a homeowner's crib, he asked me one time, he's just like, hey, are you legal? And I'm just like, that wasn't part of the joke, that was to the back. But that was what I thought. I was like, yeah, man, you know, he's just like, yeah, just because your dad got to accident and you don't. I'm like, well, okay, that's none of your fucking business, dude. But, alright, to finish off, I was watching this video of these kids around my age, you know what I'm saying? They were having a conversation with this older gentleman. And he was telling them, I just don't understand how an ex-president can't be on Twitter, but the Taliban can. And this kid around my age looks him dead in the eyes and says, did the Taliban violate community guidelines? I think they violated a little more than Twitter's community fucking guidelines. I don't know about y'all. That's my time though, thank you.
They can show beheadings, but I can't say wearing a mask is fucking stupid. Welcome to the world. Participation trophies brought this to you. Alright, who we got left? 3 more fucking people. Oh no, 4 more people. There's somebody that's a special person we're gonna save for the end. Give it up for, man, you got a fucking hard one too. Craig Arenfried. Did I get it right? Is that close enough? Arenfried.
Yeah, that and the receiving one. I don't know if they posted it yet or not. I haven't heard. Sean told me he was going to message me. So, and I read the Wink one and I watched the video with it.
All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Ollies Pub and Records. I'm Craig Arenfried, as Howard said. Whatever, doesn't matter. Somebody left the notes. You got this. You got this. I got it. So, I've heard there's been a little bit of rumor going around about me, and I don't like that, I don't like that division. I don't like being separated, so I'm gonna squash that beef right now. Yeah, okay, I was dropped on my head as a baby. Later on through the set, you're gonna ask yourself, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So, clear the air a little bit right off the bat. I mean, all I'm asking is that you just come through this set riding on the pink elephant with me. So when something feels awkward, you know why. It's okay. Let's see. I'm a procrastinator, guys. I don't know, anybody else out there procrastinating on that? Procrastinate. It's ridiculous. All the school projects when you're a kid, procrastinate. I mean, I'm so good at procrastinating, I used it on my virginity. It's like 21 or something. I don't know. I just, I mean, it's so relative though. It's like, I feel like procrastination is for me though, and I think it's for a lot of other people out there. It gets a lot of bad talk or whatever, the bad rep, but it's not bad. I mean, the pressure comes in last second and you perform or whatever. You get it done real quick, right? So, I mean, I used that to lose my virginity, really. I used it to lose my B card. Once I got the chance at like 22, 21, 22, I'm gonna show you what I got. But I was done real quick and it was over. But, efficient enough. Oh well. Oh, what else we got? Speaking of cards, what happened to the man card? You guys remember the man card? There's no more, right? I think we have one more. I mean, they keep taking everything from you. They keep trying to act like a man, but whatever. We had to get them up. We're trying to be reasonable. I'm white. I'm male. Suppose I got all the privilege, so we'll just, step back. You can have the cards, you can have the deck. I think they left us one card. They left us one card, and I don't think a lot of guys out there realizes. And it's kind of unfortunate because with all this equality exception and stuff, they can take that last man card, they can take it away from you in an instant. You see, your buddy's gonna identify as a person that wants to fuck you, and he's just gonna take that man card, and you're gonna have to oblige, and everything's over for you, so whatever. Wow, reworked that one. Basically, say your best bud can take your last man card and fuck you. And like, it's not fair.
I think you just fixed that joke.
Praise God. Somebody. Oh, I meant to start this fucking set with some of this. I just want to be like, you guys would be like, what the fuck is he doing? God, the rest of the comics tonight was so fucking great. I just need to catch a little more wind in my sail. Sean, can you help me take this down, man? I need a bigger sail. This ain't working. Oh well. You guys are great. Been flagged or flashed or either way, I'm happy. Y'all have a good night.
Give it up for Craig, everybody. Most people don't get excited when they get flashed. they tend to run. Okay. Get down to the bottom here, everybody. I want you to give it up for our next comic. All right? Mr. Jason Dom, everybody. God damn, Dom.
They told me I had to roast Sean up here. That's because I do like to roast my really good friends that no, they told me to bring the energy tonight. So I stopped and got a couple Red Bulls, which was probably a mistake because now I'm really hyper. No, I actually, I went to a murder mystery the other night, and it was really bad. I didn't like it, so I just admitted to the murder to get out of there. They're like, "Who done it?" I was like, "It's fucking me. Can I go?" I tried to be a teacher for a while. Didn't work. Because nobody told me that kids are identifying as animals. I didn't know this shit, right? So like the first day they're showing me around, I look over, there's a kid, he's peeing on the floor, and I was like, what is he doing? Like, and he goes, oh, yeah, he identifies as a dog, you just gotta kind of wait till he's done, and then take care of it. And I was like, okay, I can handle that. And so I waited till he was done, and then I rubbed his nose in it and threw him outside. Another kid identified as a cat, so obviously he was always getting on the counters and knocking shit off. And so I tried to get him off there, I sprayed him with the bottle, I was like, and it startled him, and he like fell off and he got hurt, and they yelled at me, they're like, dude, you were right there, why didn't you catch him? I was like, honestly, I thought he was laying on his feet. Apparently somebody needs to identify a little harder, don't they? But no, I got in a lot of trouble for one kid because I ended up having to shoot a kid, right? Now stay with me, alright? It wasn't my fault. He had a broken leg, and he identified as a horse. So, what do you want me to do here, right? I like animals more than I like kids, so he had to be put down. His parents agreed. But no, a little later I was like, I bet, like, I was starting to kind of get in the hang of it, I felt like I was. Because I looked over and the kid, he was like flopping around on the floor. And I was like, okay, I get it, he's a fish, right? So I started dragging him out to a canal to throw him in. And they're like, no. Like, he doesn't identify as a fish, he was just having a seizure. Oh, so water won't hop this? Alright. I'm just saying it'll stop either way eventually, you know. Alright, don't get a conscious now. You guys fucking cheered a kid getting his face put in pee. What's up, Shelly? Alright. You like me now, or?
At 4.
At 4, alright. We're coming around the bend. I don't know, I've had a pretty good year so far. A lot better than the last couple of years, to be honest. Like 2020, I knew it was screwed, cause like my one New Year's resolution was to get out more, you know? And, so that didn't happen. And then the very next year, my truck died, right? The first day of the year, my truck died. I took it to a mechanic because I thought it was going to be something mechanical, and he insisted it was COVID. And, no, actually what it was, my transmission went out. And I know, I work on vehicles a little bit, but I don't know a whole lot about transmission. So I decided to try to Google how to work on trannies. Alright? And I learned a lot. Alright, that's my time. You guys have a good night.
Jason Dom, everybody. Dom, damn Dom! Alright, everybody. Give it up for our next comic. Give it up for Christopher Pryor!
Before I start, a quick announcement. My friend Crystal is here, so if you care about women's rights, please sign her petition. It's not funny, it's just true, you know, we need to fucking fix this shit, so help us out, sign her petition.
Thank you, Chris.
Now, I don't know if y'all have ever heard a deaf comic before. Well, I'm happy to be your first. I wonder what it sounds like. I know what y'all were thinking when I walked on stage tonight. The last thing this world needs is another vegan hipster. Yeah, obviously I'm no vegan. I've eaten so many meatball heroes. I'm known as the meatball villain. Thank you for laughing at that. Those are my stoner friends there. That'll be about the dumbest joke I tell all night too. Oh man, I'll tell you what, living in Southwest Florida, growing up here, it's so great. You know, this time of year, the highways are starting to clear up now. I can get from Naples to Port Charlotte in 20 minutes. And I don't even have to worry about that parade of blue lights following me. There is one thing that I think that they could change about living around here to make it a little bit better. Anytime there's a news story about Florida man, they have to say where that man's originally from. Because we'll all watch Florida man turn to Ohio man in a hurry, won't we? Yeah, or whatever state you're not from if you didn't like that joke. I used to do landscaping for a living, which is basically getting paid to work out. Like I said, I used to do landscaping. Now when I'm not slinging jokes, I drive truck for a living. That's why I look like this. It has nothing to do with all that food I eat. But there is one nice thing about driving truck though. Now I can finally tell my middle school teacher I do get paid to stare out a window all day. Actually, unfortunately, since the hurricane, I was working for a small company. They couldn't make it through the hurricane damages and whatnot. I had to go back to being a landscaper. But that company gave me a $5 an hour raise. Shit, I think if I quit and go back 2 more times, I'll finally have a paycheck I can afford to live off of. My elderly mother moved in with me so that I could help take care of her. Ladies love that, don't you ladies? Yeah, until you find out we share a room. It's okay though. She's a heavy sleeper. And so is my mom. One of the worst things about having to take care of an elderly parent is having to take them to the doctor's office. They're always asking these ridiculous questions. Like they asked my mom, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "She's 62. How?" "Don't worry, sir, it's standard procedure." Not learning from that, they go on to the next question. "Are you currently breastfeeding?" I said, "Hey, what we do in our own house is none of your fucking business, alright?" And yes, I am. Knowing everything that we talked about in this short amount of time, could you even imagine me taking care of your elderly parents? Like, how would you even explain that to them? "Mom, Dad, we couldn't afford a nurse for you, so we got you this stand-up comedian. Laughter's the best medicine. Unless you have Vicodin, which I have. And if you vote for me, I might give you some after the show."
Yeah.
I see that I'm about to get the light, so I gotta go into my next little bit.
Come on in, guys.
A lot of people have been roasting Sean Scove up here, but nobody explained why we're roasting Sean Scove. Sean Scove won the last competition based solely off roasts. So it was my idea to try to have everybody roast the guy. But I couldn't find everybody.
I did it!
Yeah, you did. It was
Yeah.
good.
But I wouldn't wear the outfit you told me to wear.
So in honor of Sean Scove, here's mine. Sean Scove used to wear this fucking ratty little gray sweatshirt with nothing underneath it. I mean, it was so thin it looked like lingerie. Which made sense because every time he got on stage at those times, he fucked us all out at 5 minutes of time. But Sean, I love you, buddy. Congratulations on winning the last competition. And yeah, that's cool. So that's been my time. Thanks for giving me yours.
Chris is also running for office. You know you can't fucking buy votes when you run for office, Chris.
That's who?
Fucking Vicodin. Buy a fucking vote. Hey, there's a pen on all your tables unless somebody already stole it. Right? You need to write in this name before we write it down. Rav. R-A-A-V. Rav. Yeah. Write it down.
What the fuck is rap?
This is the last comic, but he's not on that list because you printed him. And that's how shit works. You print him and cut him, and then somebody shows up. So you're gonna write it down. Write it down. Give it up for your next comic. Rav, everybody. Woo!
There's a lot of pressure going last in the open mic competition at Ollie's. I feel like I'm in a fleshlight trying to see the Titanic right now. How much pressure there is. Happy Pride Month! Also happy hurricane season month. Hurricane season year, whatever it is. I find it weird, also coincidental, that hurricane season and Pride Month both start on June 1st. Anybody else find that coincidental? To me, that says the entire South is boarding up their houses hoping to prevent from getting blown. I've been living in Florida for 4 years, and last November was my first hurricane ever, Hurricane Ian. That was my first hurricane ever. And I saw the eye of the hurricane. First hurricane ever, I saw the eye. Check that off my bucket list of things I never wanted to do, but was forced to do it. Saw the eye of a hurricane. If any of you saw the eye, you could relate that the eye of a hurricane is kind of like a butthole. It's really tough to get inside of it. And once you're inside, it's nice and calm and soothing. Once you exit, it's just a shit show. You know, I was always afraid of hurricanes, but not that afraid because of their names. Like, weed, hot sauce, and energy drinks, we get the most extreme name for
for how simple of a product it is. Like to bomb, Red Bull, Monster, Zombie Apocalypse. But we're naming hurricanes Irma, Michael, Florence. We need to give hurricanes more threatening names like Hurricane Dick Punch, Hurricane Child Support, Hurricane DeSantis. Something that makes me want to fear for my life, you know? I do want to create an energy drink where it's like, hey, you want to get fueled up? You want to feel all enraged inside? Drink a can of ex-girlfriend Cassandra. I'm not gonna go into the last part of that joke.
Do it.
Do it?
Do it.
Alright, I'll do it. For you.
Thank you.
Chet Hanks. I'll do it for you, Chet Hanks.
Fuck yeah, that's good.
I feel like we give hurricanes a name because we see a full life cycle of them. We spend weeks with them. We see their birth, their destruction, their death, all that. Whereas like tornadoes, we don't give tornadoes a name, right? And I feel like it's because tornadoes are like abortions. They just come and go real quick. Like, you're not naming your abortion, right? That'd be weird and fucked up. Like, we knew this kid was gonna slam monsters and punch holes in drywall. We named it Kyle and got rid of it. Like, that'd be fucking weird. Kyle's heard of this. He's fine. But I feel like we could give abortions the same kind of label that we do with tornadoes, like an F1 abortion or an F2, depending on how bad it fucked up your life. Whereas like Casey Anthony survived an F5 abortion, you know? That's the rest of that joke. I just turned 36 recently, and I'm trying to, don't clap for that. I'm trying to quit more things in my life. I'm all about quitting things. Like, don't be afraid to quit things, especially life. Like, don't be afraid to quit. 11 years ago, I quit heroin. Did it myself, no NA. 4 years ago, quit cocaine. By myself, no NA. Fuck a group. Recently, I'm trying to quit cheese, and I'm telling you right now, quitting heroin is so much easier to quit than cheese. So much easier. And scientists recently said that heroin and cheese are very similar, and like how it fires off neurons in your brain. And I'm here to tell you, they're not the same. Heroin and cheese are not the same. Like, I've had some cheese that made me feel good and float and feel real good for a little bit, but like never get rid of all my life problems, you know? Like, I've never had to drive down an alley on the west side of Chicago to meet up with Jamiroquai for a teeny bit of Gouda. Never sold my mom's TV for a wheel of cheddar. I did jerk a guy off for a fresh bag of mozzarella one time. And this is how I did it.
Time.
Really? Well, that sucks. Yeah, vote for me. Write my name down, Brad Russell.
With a name like that, you think he's really interesting. But that's not his real name, and I'm not going to tell you what his real name is. But when I found that out, I was so fucking disappointed. Man! Alright. Well, you guys fucking circle your names. And I think Shelly's going to come around and collect them. The man of the hour who won last month, or last week, whatever last week, is going to come on up here. Oh, no, what are you doing? Oh, that's right. We're going to do a lineup. That's right. That's right. I forgot. We're going to do a lineup. We're going to print the lineup. Everybody face forward. All right. Profile, turn to the left. Profile, turn to the right.
Yeah, just start doing your votes.
I think it's a set list from a band. Actually. Oh, is it? Oh, but no, I thought it was a set list from a band. No. You didn't bring them. You didn't bring your thing.
Look at how the convicts department is
Next to it.
We're gonna stab some people.
Go! Sing song!
Time to commit murder. You're Tim.
I'll be doing
Seamus O'Donnell!
Yeah. Let's speed up.
Emily Fisher!
Like a soccer game.
Sonia Amanda!
Nazi general right now, just lining up all the twos.
Hey, can we take a step that way?
And you know what?
Take a step that way so we can get you to the end here.
Oh no, who you saw?
Yeah. I don't fucking remember the order. Okay, here we go.
No, come on, just line up wherever you want.
Get over here, Dom. Dom wants to see it. He's not enough room, Joey.
I got a game job.
There's a platform right there.
Exactly. I could only land up at 4 and a half rounds. So where I can at least get home by 9.
Oh, there you go.
I'm too old for
Talking about it, I'm done already.
Dude, it's gonna suck. Just wrap it up.
No, everybody fucking makes this part. I'm hosting, otherwise I'd be outside.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get comics to fucking do a thing is... Hey, wait a minute. Shelly, I told you 3 times to forget your fucking trophies.
Hey, hold up, participation trophies time.
You forgot the fucking trophies.
Oh, actually,
As we said, you all get a participation trophy. Right? Isn't that fucking fantastic? Look, purchase participation trophies, because you all get one. Because everybody's a winner. If you've ever gone to any of these slot machine places, you know everybody's a winner.
Audience participation.
Can I get the black one?
Huh? You guys ever play slot machines? You ever go
that's upside down.
Yeah. You ever notice that they're all winners? Like you spend $1 on a spin, and then it gives you 15 cents and says you're a winner. It's like, what the fuck you go to school? That's negative 85 cents. It's not a fucking win. What the fuck is that? You won 15 cents out of $1. Thanks. Alright.
Give me a box.
Yeah, alright. Oh, Shelly's got a box.
I got back today and I walked around it to be like,
Shelly wishes she
Oh,
had
it's a picture. Yeah, that's what's so cute. Fucking vote! So vote. No, a pen. It's okay, Shelly. My opinion is biased.
just reptile skin all over.
I didn't get a full point. So I started on 10. This week has been full. Last week we started Tuesday.
That, you know that's my favorite joke, right?
The hurricane abortions?
Yeah, they're bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I'll let you use my name, that's fine.
Hey, last night, so I was on the East Coast. The mic I did last night.
You banned now?
No. So Tuesday I did it and it killed, but last night I did it and they love the butthole eye, but nothing on the abortion tornadoes.
Some people just have.
That's why tonight I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, stick up their ass. This shit's funny.
And it needs to be touched.
Alright, Sean. Right. I'm really roasting you now.
That's an approach.
I just noticed that this guy he does shows at Carnival Bars. Have you ever gone to the Carnival Bar shows? Any of you? Yeah. Every time I go there, I feel like I'm at an AA or an NA meeting. Like everybody's not drinking or having a good time. So hi, my name is Kyle. I'm also a stand-up comic.
Jesus.
Fucking calm down, everybody. But yeah, so, should I sit here and wait so I can hear the roast on me like I did last time? I heard nobody's, not one fucking joke about me.
That was good
I'm busy setting up the projector to masturbate for everybody. Penis. Yeah, see, penis. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Penis. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Hey, we still gotta hear more jokes. One last person. You want the last one. So you gotta listen to him. Give it up for Sean Scove, everybody.
Oh, give it up for Kyle Raymond. Alrighty. Jesus, this fucking mic is right. Testing, testing. Hey, table in the middle. We're waiting on you. Not to be rude, but thank you. Hi. Thanks for coming back in. I really appreciate that. Well, as per mentioned, I'm pretty much just going to be roasting everyone. And if you guys don't shut up, I'll start roasting some of you. I don't have enough lights in my face. I can see you. All right. Well, that was a rowdy start there. Oddly enough, I feel like that penis chant was pretty proper for me. I don't know if you guys were trying to call me a dick there, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see. I guess Matt Hale. I guess. Did I hear correctly? Matt is a 4 or 5? Is that what the lady said?
Solid 4.
All right, now let's rate his comedy. No negative numbers, please. That's okay. That's okay. I saw 2 in the back out of a 4. That's an average 3. You know, hey, it's not bad. Matt Hale actually attended a lot of the comedy workshops over the last 2 years, and he's the only comic in the history of Ollies to make 0 progress. Why do you keep coming, though? That's better than a lot. I wish I could say the same. Though we are very different, Matt and I, we have one thing in common. Our dogs died after we started doing comedy. Matt's dog was deaf and used to attend the comedy workshops with Matt, and the dog did, however, make progress and often laughed at jokes he didn't hear. Kind of like Chris Croya. Oh, Danny Hatch is here. I haven't seen Danny since the last time you complained about stage time at my show. How's that going for you, bud? I swear, if you cut the audio for Danny's set, you would think he was rapping, you know, holding the mic like a comedian, you know, would probably help your set a little bit more, man. Hold the mic here. That's why I disconnected on YouTube, by the way, bud. Hold the mic here, not like a rapper. Sometimes the truth hurts. Some of these might sound mean, and
Because they are?
yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah. My favorite part about Danny's set, though, was when Shelly Kelly interrupted it. That was probably the highlight. There is one positive for you tonight, though, Danny. You know, your girlfriend is here, so at least that's one vote. Zing Zonk. Okay, you are listening. Okay, I wasn't sure because your head has been down on that phone all night. You look like if domestic abuse was a person. I don't know how you pull that off, but and I know you've been working on getting stronger too, and I'm really concerned about the intentions of that. When I first met Zing Zonk, I let him know that I saw him on social media and asked if he was a rapper. He said yes, and then spent the next 30 minutes nonstop rapping with no beat.
2 rapper jokes.
Yes. Oh, you're listening. Good. Listening to him rap that long made me want to listen to Jason's 45-minute set. Zing Zonk is a rapper, he plays guitar, he also does comedy. He started working out, and maybe one more thing and women will find him attractive. You're close, man. I see, you're getting there, man. I even heard you like met a girl recently, plays the guitar or something. You're getting there, man. You're getting there. Just don't hit her. Oh, he's gonna hit me, and he could really hurt me too. Look at his arms. Jesus Christ. Seamus, could you help me get out of here? Speaking of Seamus, that was really great. You roasting me, man. That was actually some of the better roast I've actually heard about me. Give him up for that. That was really fucking funny.
It was kind of like you were roasting me for all the people that I roasted over the past couple weeks, you know? It was like, you know, but except now it's time for David to kill Goliath, you know? So, here we go. I don't really care for all this sudden confidence you now have. Don't really care for that, man. I miss when you gave off the demeanor of a mass shooter who doesn't have the effort to leave the house. That was the Seamus I liked. Now you act like a rapist that's comfortable enough to start the conversation at the bar. Your confidence makes me sicker than Emily's family after my set tonight. And I'm just gonna take a pause real quick, because if I talk too fast, Seamus will be out of breath. Seamus used to be a walking sleep apnea machine. This isn't a joke. I actually am working on helping Seamus with breathing control, and he roasted me tonight. So if he wins, I want some fucking credit. All right. No, but honestly, Seamus looks and acts like if Lenny from Of Mice and Men survived the gunshot to the back of the head. But he's still here. That's the positive. You know, look at the positives in these scenarios, guys. I will say, though, that was very admirable. I felt really bad about that, too, because I heard someone at the bar say how much they loved Seamus, and I was like, oh, fuck. I will say it's very admirable of you roasting me, though, Seamus, on behalf of all the comedians here tonight. I'd like to think if you and me were in a submarine together just above the Titanic, and the power went out, you'd let me eat you for my last meal. You're a good guy, Seamus. I'll take applause for that, sure. 5 people died, let's applaud. I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys need to brush your teeth better. This mic fucking stinks. Jesus fucking Christ. Woo. Tim Maeda? Yep. Did I give it some time? Fuck yeah. I met him like a few days ago, and I've seen him like 3 days straight now, and this has got to be the end, bud. I gotta say though, Tim really stood strong through his set tonight. Halfway through Tim's set, Sean Dunnigan actually started cooking bacon, and I really thought Tim was just gonna walk off stage at that point. You know, I kind of thought Ollies was on its last leg. I'm kind of unsure if he even has one good leg to stand on at this point. No, he's been doing good. He's doing better, you know. I'm glad you sat near Seamus though, so he can see what he looks like in 20 years. Tim, have you ever dated a black girl? No. No, because that would really put a nail in Seamus's coffin. Tim, you look like if Benjamin Button, instead of aging backwards, your body started receding inward. Tim has told us in private, and apparently you can't tell me anything in private, but he told us he would rather be a writer than a comedian, and I think he does have potential to be one of the writers of Seth Rogen. Oh, God.
I love that man! How dare you!
So what we learned from that is Jason likes Tim, because he wrote that.
That's good.
Emily is here. Buckle up, Beth Cable. This is a new one. Is she here? There you go. I'll bring it back. This is a new one you haven't heard yet.
Good job, Boner.
I recently found out that Emily is like a shark in the comedy scene, that she goes after every opportunity she can. I also recently found out that sharks have multiple uteruses, and like sharks, Emily can carry the babies of multiple men at one time.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
You know the internet, you know, it's good stuff. Admittedly though, Emily's kind of been a little upset with me since I last saw her, and it's actually because I won this competition. You got your time to talk. It's actually because I recently won this competition, and she came in second. And you know how upset women get when they don't come first. I'm sorry, Emily, that's your boyfriend's job. I'm sorry. I think, is he here? No? Okay. Sorry. I like waving to him after that joke. That's fun.
You should tell that joke more. Wave it.
One thing I like about Emily, though, is how often she shares her memories on Facebook from her younger life. It shows how much more attractive she used to be. I mean, she's okay now. The fact that I could understand why people would watch her to take her clothes off, you know? She used to be a stripper, for those of you who know. Sorry again to you guys. See, a lot of comics would just make fun of Emily for, you know, kind of being the hoe that she is. But I also want to point out that she's stupid. Emily has less brain cells and Chris Proya has time for his children. It's not. It's not true. It's not true. I'm sorry. Your look is. I'm sorry for that. At least Emily spends time with her daughter, though. Someone's got to show her why she's ashamed of her mother. These are just jokes. It's okay. She audibly said "fuck you." By the way, that was fantastic. Oh, sorry. These are just jokes. These are just jokes. I'm so sorry. Johnny Almanza. Got that one right. All right. I met Johnny actually last night at my show at Kapua Kava, and thank you very much for coming last night, Johnny. I've been really trying to get people of color in my audience. And it was so convenient that all four of you sat in that same corner. You're welcome anytime, though. Thank you. I always love when a comic wears a chain on stage, you know. If you yelled your entire set, you'd be perfect for Miami.
Yeah!
I gotta be honest with you though, Johnny, I really think you disconnected with the audience, not when you unplugged the mic, but when you told the Ollie's LGBTQ audience that you didn't care for gay people. Saying faggot didn't probably help either. Sorry. Craig Ehrenfried? Is that right? He's not here anymore.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. You got it righter than Shelley ever had.
This is the feedback he gives for his last name. He says, "Say it like a robot." And it kind of works actually, Ehrenfried. It's weird. Tonight, if you notice, he was kind of looking like he just got done sleeping with a transvestite in a truck stop bathroom. That was a great look for him. Sorry, I mean Shelley Kelly. See, the one thing I like about Craig is that he reminds me of the Unabomber. Not with like his appearance, but the way that he seldomly picks doing comedy shows. But he was here tonight, you know, to show us he still doesn't know his material. I know, I do too. Oh, God. Jason Dom, love you, buddy. Thanks for not saying anything about me. As I mentioned earlier, Jason recently performed his first 45-minute set, which he released on the app Calm. For those who aren't familiar with the Calm app, it's an app where you discover sleep stories, deep sleep meditation, and Jason's comedy. I don't want to say Jason is boring, but when I listen to Jason's comedy, it reminds me I need to go to the DMV to get my tags renewed. Let's see. Jason stopped drinking. And he works as a car valet for a dealership. When he isn't doing comedy, he's the most uninteresting man in the world. Dos Equis, Dom responsibly. Jason Dom, I love you, bud, but watching your comedy these days is like a bad date. I'm disappointed when I see them and immediately know I'll need some alcohol to enjoy this, and if only you could have a drink, we could both have a good time. Chris Proya, I love you, buddy, and I'm sorry, but I probably got the nose for you. Which means I love you. Chris Proya has gotten so plump and fat he started to push 3XL. It's not because he has an eating disorder, it's because he thinks XL means extra loud. You dumb, deaf, fat fuck. If you were a woman, I'd teach you how to say water. That's the only way I imagine you making a woman wet. Instead of bringing you to water, I'm trying to get you to realize you have a daughter. See, I'm going to roast his kids now, too. Talk to her every once in a while, you know? You fucking deafbeat? Not a deadbeat father, a deafbeat father. And that when he did focus on his daughter, he beat her. Does that make you feel better? No? You look the same. I wish I just had a camera on her. There was 5 passengers on that submarine, as we've discovered, and they're basically confirmed dead today. The sub could only be opened from the outside and lost all communication. And then in addition to the failed expedition, the company has actually 2 more expeditions planned for the summer of next year. For some reason, I feel like those expeditions are going to be a bit tentative. Hey, honey, you want to suffocate in a 22-foot? No. So the one thing, I do have some feedback for them though. Ocean's Gate could rebrand their expeditions as the most difficult escape room known to mankind. You're trapped in a submarine that's running out of air and supplies and is controlled by a $30 video game controller. Find your way out. Oh, God. That last part really wasn't a joke. It was really controlled with a vintage PlayStation controller. That submarine was basically made with the bare minimum amount of supplies. It's almost like it was funded by Chris Proy's political campaign. And the question on everyone's mind is, what happened to that submarine that caused them to lose communication just a little over 90 minutes after departure? And I believe I know the answer. Chris Proya was seen swimming in that area.
I'd love to kill 5 billionaires at once. That's for sure.
Thank you for that. That helped the joke. So you guys think orcas have been mad? You should see how mad a deaf sperm whale gets when you make fun of its daughters. Here, I'll show you. See, I'm sorry for you to find out this way, Chris, but I found out recently that one of your daughters has an OnlyFans account. And it's not all bad news, though, Chris. Her videos have subtitles, so you can still enjoy them just like the rest of us. Makes you wonder why I won this last one.
Me next. Me next.
Yes. Rab reminds me of the carny that runs the Tilt-A-Whirl ride at every carnival.
Yes!
I've heard it before.
Rab also hosts a mic on Wednesdays that runs the same time as my show, so to keep the peace, I'm just going to move on to the next person.
No, come on, man.
No, but you're right, though.
He's so do it, so do it.
Here, I'll right on top. Are you there every time?
No, I'm not. I'm only a co-host.
Were you there last time?
No.
Oh, because they started like 40 minutes late, and Chris and Emily showed up to my mic instead, so
no,
maybe you show up every time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That wasn't
wanted more. I didn't want to be mean.
No, that wasn't a roast. That was just like being like a fatherly figure right there. Hold on, keep it going for the guy that looks like he interns at a bail bonds.
There we go. Someone that could roast. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I had another show last night. I didn't have time to clean this whole fucking other suit.
Wasn't that good?
Let's see. I got just one more here. Kyle Raymond, wherever he is. Let's give it up for your host. You know, Kyle Raymond. Let's give it up for him. I mean, not like that much. When he isn't driving people around Southwest Florida or fixing broken appliances at Shelly Kelly's house, he is here phoning in comedy. What am I? If you ever see me wearing a fedora, know that I've also gotten bitter over comedy. I think Kyle purposely left his projector behind so that he has an excuse to project his bitterness onto another audience. That was a great set, though, to open the show, Kyle. You know, give him a hand. Give him a hand. And here I was thinking it was just Jason Dom that was the only comic that lived with Shelley who does stoner material. So that is really all for my roast. I'm going to do one more. I like to roast myself, you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about me. And, you know, since Seamus stole my Greg Giraldo joke, I thought I'd make a new one. I actually asked out the bartender for her number at an emo karaoke last year, and she said no. And her boyfriend's here tonight, so I'm the fucking loser tonight.
Yeah, you are!
I'll never forgive Sean for that. Thank you.
Who's the boyfriend? You?
You?
Who's the boyfriend?
Yeah.
You're the boyfriend? Hell yeah, let's give it up for the boyfriend. Please don't cheer for me.
Thank you, Sean, for having some writing skill instead of.
Oh, fuck!
We should all beat him up and act like we're the ex-boyfriend.
Which Sean?
You touched it last. You made it go limp. No, thank you for actually putting some effort into writing a fucking joke instead of just saying like he's an Uber driver, haha. He's gonna rape his passengers, haha. Fucking how original. It was terrible. Everybody at the roast rally, you missed it. It was like, I wasn't even here for it. I said, I missed everything you said, but I'm sure it had something to do with I was an Uber driver. And everybody laughed. I said, see, I fucking knew it. Good job.
Can we just start a roast now? Let's go.
No, we have one more comic. One more comic. You can go over here in a few minutes. We all love this guy, and I want you to give it up for Buzz Bebop, everybody. Yeah!
My parents should never have fucked without a condom. I'm 59, 5'6". I was born on the same day as Ozzy Osbourne. I have a bonsai cock, and I look like Mahatma Gandhi on crystal meth. God does not exist. No supreme being could have screwed up this bad unless he was into S&M and Class A narcotics. I demand a refund, paid in inches, added to the bonsai cock. I wouldn't mind if it was only in my later years. I ended up looking this exotic for all the wrong reasons. But it's been like this my entire life. Even as a baby, I look like the poster child for Planned Parenthood. Ladies, do you want to avoid something like this to pop out of your vagina? Use a Trojan on top of a Durex, on a dildo, and shove it in your ass. Take no chances. By the time I got to my teens, I was as popular with girls as a Yoko Ono box set of B-sides. As a young adult, change didn't change for that much. I was never the guy to walk into a room and automatically become the center of attention. OMG, look at him. Back off, bitches, that piece of ass is mine. I hope he's emotionally available. I most definitely would stop sucking dick for opioids for a man like that. My entries are throbbing with desire. If he does a pinky swear on my vulva, I'm gonna squirt a Jackson Pollock on a fucking wall. Said no woman about me ever. Occasionally I would manage to go out on a date, but most of the time the roofie ended up on my drink, so I wouldn't remember the sex I didn't have and still paid for it. I've been in the United States 14 years now. What made me come over here? A photograph of Woody Allen. What? This man is getting laid? Seriously? You telling me that over there in the home of the brave, this face makes pussy moist? I'm definitely going to America. Over there the standards are low enough to accommodate me. So I met someone online, came over and got married. When I first met what is now my late wife, she took one look at me and she said, "You're cute. You look like Smeagol." Should have said anything for a precious ring on a finger. For obvious reasons, that compliment didn't keep my cock out for very long. The excitement was very short-lived. She took a second look at me, made a fresh assessment, and then she said, "Fuck me." She didn't mean it literally. Fuck me. Is this what a Nigerian prince looks like? I want my money back. This is not what I saw in a brochure. I specifically requested a man, young, tall, dark, handsome, orally gifted, and hung like a donkey. Instead, they sent me a second-hand, 50 shades of shit brown butt plug with glasses, bad breath, sweaty ball sack stuck to his left leg, flat feet, magnifying glass to find the dick not included. I've been ripped off. I demand a refund, paid in inches, added to that bonsai cock. I am not a Nigerian prince. That's my karaoke name. Purple. Fuck you, I'm big in Lagos. Anyway, that's all for me. Thanks so much.
Every Lagos must be really fucking short. Alright, we're gonna announce the winner now. Shelly's gonna assist me. She counted the votes and I don't want to know what the fucking answers are. Hi, Shelly.
Alright.
You can go.
Hilarious. Because I have trauma from my father. I don't want to know what that is.
Couple quick announcements. There is traditionally an open mic to follow. A request was made that it be heavy on roasts. Although I think the person that, no, he is still here. All right. So, yeah. As soon, you know what? We'll take a 10-minute break. All right? After, not now. After we announce the winner. Jesus.
That's not how commercials work.
You almost got right.
You gotta keep them.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
I used to be in TV. That's what we did. Anyway,
Stop talking about your time.
And now a word from Marlboro.
in my day, that's what we
Lucky
called
strikes
TV.
for the pregnant ladies.
But, yeah, so after we announce the winner, we will take a 10-minute break. You can go up and congratulate the winner and slip them a couple of bucks maybe.
Got 10 minutes?
For 10 minutes on the nose. And then on July 2nd will be an extremely special day here. And I'm not hyping. On July the 2nd at 5:30, we will be officially announcing the candidacy of Christopher Goya for Florida State Senate.
Hey, buddy, 2 times the charge. You got it this time.
Hey, Chris, do we have a flyer yet?
Yeah. Just look. That was funny.
I probably need to get that together. I volunteered to do it a month ago. Okay, so followed by our showcase. It is time. The votes have been counted. There is a tie! Calling to the stage, Rob Russell.
Dick punch contest. Rochambeau for the
Yes, Rochambeau for it.
Yeah, I go first.
Calling to the stage,
Like rock, paper, scissors, like
Emily Fisher.
Obviously disqualified.
I think we should box for it.
Roshan.
Yeah. You got a mean cock punch, go for it. Alright. Kick him in the
material do you have?
Just straight going
material
kicks.
do you have?
2 minutes.
I believe that Rav has just challenged her to a joke-off.
No, we were squatting.
You're in deep waters now.
They each get
Oh, yo, 8 miles. 8 miles.
they get 1 minute each.
Rap battle.
Whoa. Rap battle.
And since I am a sexist, it will be ladies first. Turn up your ass. That's right. Get up here and do 1 minute's worth of jokes.
Alright, y'all, are we getting started right now? So everything else you guys already fucking know about me, you already fucking know? Alright. I also want to add to everything else that I mentioned previously that I am a Girl Scout mom, which is terrifying. I'm basically the mother to a young biker in a biker gang. They wear these patches on their vests, they ride bikes with their friends. The biker gang, they'll break your legs with a baseball bat for sure. But these little girls will break your heart, they will break your budget, they will most likely give you diabetes. Just take one look at me. My daughter recently told me I look like a fucking lesbian. Her words, not mine. She's 9 years old. Yeah, it's fucked up. She's grounded, it's fine. I also am broke as shit and I have type 1 diabetes. Speaking of type 1 diabetes, people ask about that all the time. What is it? What does that mean? It means that I take insulin, I'm gonna fucking die. I don't take insulin, I'm gonna fucking die. Either way, I'm dying. So why don't I just tell y'all some shitty jokes this evening and get it all over with and die right now. Speaking of death.
That's it. That's it.
You said 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. You just get 1 minute.
Alright, love you.
All right. Give it up for Emily Picker. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got 1 minute to give you his funniest. Rob Russell!
Kids grow up so quick, don't they? I talked about quitting things. I recently quit dating because I got a girlfriend, and she says I can't do it anymore. And we started texting in the beginning, and she was like, let's play 21 questions. I was like, all right. She was like, what's your favorite sign? What's your favorite dog? What's your favorite animal? And I was like, all right. And she was like, do you like to get pecked? I was like, all right, enough questions. Yes on the last one. And in the middle of texting each other and telling each other all about ourselves, I said, hey, I want to let you know I'm a very gassy man, and I'm not going to hold these farts back. She texted back, let him rip, baby. I fell in love right there. So for the last 2 years of living with her, I've been farting around her constantly, and not once have I heard her fart once. And I have a question, ladies. Have you mastered the art of just leaking farts out all day? That wasn't the punchline. That was a little filler. But ladies, have you mastered the art of just leaking farts all day?
No, I said that was fair. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rob Russell. Now, I will be requiring your assistance. We are going to vote by audience participation. The way that this has to work is that you only clap and applaud for one. Don't be a little pussy and go, I'm just going to clap for everybody. This is your one chance in life to be as judgmental as you feel like being, because this is going to mean a lot to somebody. This is the difference between a $10 gift certificate to Taco Works next door, and a $10 gift certificate and an Ollie's sandwich to somebody else. So don't fuck around. I want you to applaud for only one person. And I'm going to tell you in advance. The person I put up first, watch. And then I'm going to put the person up second. And then I'm going to put the person I put up first again. Because the person you put up second always gets more applause. So this way you can be fucking honest for the first time in your life. You're fucking up your votes, Rab.
I don't give a fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that Rab Russell deserves second place, applaud now!
Wait, what was the question? Applause if I get second place.
If you think that Emily Fisher deserves second place, applause now! If you think that Rab Russell was funnier than Emily Fisher, vote now! Ladies and gentlemen, in third place is Emily Fisher. Second place, Rab Russell. Give it up for Emily Fisher and Rab Russell!
We just fought for second place?
You suggested it!
No! I didn't suggest you to fight for second place!
You implied it! You were supposed to. It was 1 minute out of your life. Ralph, we're going to want your pick in a minute here, too. In first place, ladies and gentlemen,
Seamus O'Donnell.
Seamus O'Donnell! Seamus, you got like maybe 20 seconds. Go ahead and say something for like maybe 20 seconds. Emily, Kyle, Ralph, don't take off.
Thanks for coming tonight. I appreciate it. You guys have good taste.
She does the backwards count.
You like the Irish thing? Alright. Thank you.
You're real close to your 20 seconds.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm Seamus O'Donnell. I'll be at Merkel Market on Saturday for another competition. If you guys want to come out. Alright.
Hey, can I compete for first place by using a minute of roasting,
Seamus, come on up, Brad. We're going to take a picture. You don't have to be here for that. You got 10 minutes on the nose.